Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking to improve at playing Golem in Clash Royale, then this is the video for you. In today's video, we're actually going to be showing some gameplay from one of the better Golem players in all of Clash Royale, and his unique Golem deck that has actually gotten into top 400 in the entire world. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're showcasing some gameplay from Hyena in his Golem deck right here that features Fire Spirits. Now, right now, he has tilted a little bit, but when he sent these replays to me, he was a top 400 in the world. So these replays are from that range of gameplay. Today I am channeling my inner CWA, so let's go ahead and see how I do commentating instead of playing.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Solar.
Coming at you today in Clash Royale.
Alright, so here we have the first match that we're going to be looking at against 3 Musketeers, Elite Barbarians, Royal Hogs. Hyena is the player on the top, the enemy is on the bottom. So I haven't done a video like this before where I showcase another player's gameplay and then commentate over it, but if this is something that you guys like, let me know and I'll do more of it. So the opponent goes in with the Royal Hogs right there, and we play a Night Witch to respond. Unfortunately, we had played our Bomber already going down the lane, but it looks like right here we're going to go in really aggressive with our Golem because we got that Night Witch going to support it, and that's going to do a world of damage. The opponent plays an Ice Golem to distract the bats, and he plays E-Barbs to deal with the Night Witch. But even then, we send in a Mega Minion, and those bats are going to finish off the E-Barbs. And even with that Fisherman activating the King Tower, that Dark Prince, the Mega Minion, and all that stuff coming in is going to take tower, and not even a minute has passed, and we already have a tower down, which is really, really amazing and good to see. And getting some stuff done early on, and you can see the opponent is saying, wow, because he's impressed by the skill of this Golem gameplay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play another Bomber in the back. The opponent goes in with the Royal Hogs, and here's the Fire Spirits, ladies and gentlemen. The Fire Spirits doing their work on those Royal Hogs. For only 2 elixir, they almost completely take out the Royal Hogs. They're very good and very underrated on defense, I might add, especially against a lot of Swarm. So we're going to go ahead and play a Golem right here at the bridge. The opponent has the 3 Musketeers going, but we play the Golem anyway. And let's see how this works out. So we play an Ice Golem, or the opponent plays an Ice Golem to take out the Night Witch. The 3 Musketeers do work on the Golem. There's also a Fisherman right there to take out the Night Witch, and that was a decent defense on the opponent, but we still have the edge because we still have tower down. And going into double elixir, that's of course when Golem decks shine the most. So it looks like we're probably going to be okay for the rest of this match, but let's see how it plays out. We do arrows there and some other stuff like the Dark Prince to help out with those Musketeers, and that was a pretty clean defense right there if you ask me. So the opponent goes with an Ice Golem down the left lane. We play a Night Witch to respond to it. So the opponent goes E-Barbs going down the right way. We play a Mega Minion and a Dark Prince to defend that. Very solid defense. The opponent goes with all 3 Musketeers going down the right lane. We play a Golem, which will actually end up distracting the Musketeers and wasting a lot of time. So that way the opponent can't be as aggressive as he wants. The Mega Minion got a swing on the tower, and the Musketeers are weakened from that Golem death damage, which is nice. But the opponent goes in with E-Barbs and an Ice Golem, and with these Musketeers right here, this could be a little bit difficult to defend, but let's see how we do. We have a Dark Prince, we have a Mega Minion, we have Fire Spirits as well, finishing off the E-Barbs, and we do arrows right there, and then we play a Bomber, and that's a lot of damage, but it's not enough time, and Hyena takes the first dub. Also, this is something I probably should have shared at the beginning of the video, but Hyena actually had some things he wanted to say about this deck, so let me show you those really quick. While there are other Golem decks more toxic than this one, I like to be unique, so that's why I'm using Fire Spirits. They are very underrated, but real good in this meta, especially versus E-Barbs, Hogs, and other Swarms. This deck is meant to be played passive, but there are also some occasions where you can play aggressive early on. You guys saw an example of him playing aggressive early on, where he defended those Royal Hogs with that Night Witch, and then played a Golem at the bridge because he had that Night Witch supporting it, and he ended up taking a tower off of that. But anyway, those are just a few words he had to say about the deck, so let's go ahead and move on to the next replay. So the next play we're looking at is against Log Bait, classic Log Bait. Again, Hyena is on the top, so be sure to look out for that. Opponent goes Princess at the bridge. Luckily for us, we had the Fire Spirits there, and it seems like our opponent loves to use emotes because he is using them very aggressively early on. So we go ahead and play a Golem in the back right there, and the opponent's going to go aggressive with a Knight and a Goblin Barrel. The Dark Prince right there sponges for all the damage on the Goblin Barrel. That was a very good Dark Prince placement. Unfortunately, the Knight does get some damage, but now the opponent has to deal with the Golem and the Dark Prince. He plays a high Inferno Tower, but the Mega Minion right there and the Bomber, along with the Dark Prince, are going to help out with that. And even with those Golemites there, that's a pretty dangerous counter push. We have the Princess working, but we take it out with the arrows. The Mega Minion will take out that Knight, and the Golemite gets on the tower for a little bit of death damage. The Mega Minion would have gotten on there, but he plays a Goblin Gang in retaliation. So really, to start out this match, not too much has happened. We do have the slight, actually, he has the slight damage advantage. But with Golem, of course, we want to do the majority of our damage in double elixir, and when that time comes, I'm sure we will do just fine. So we're going to go ahead and spot up a Night Witch in the back. Let's go ahead and see what the opponent does. We do a Goblin Barrel right here, and then Fire Spirits to respond. They do a very nice job at defending that Goblin Barrel. Of course, we do take some damage, but it was still a pretty good defense, if you ask me. The opponent plays a Princess to respond to that Night Witch. Good on the opponent, but he will get a little bit of chip damage from the bats, and a little bit of chip damage can go a long way in the grand scheme of a match. Those little moments right there are always very important. So we go ahead and play a Bomber in the back right there. The opponent plays a Log, which will get tower damage and get some damage on the Bomber. He then plays a Goblin Gang to protect that Princess. You gotta protect the Princess and Log bait. And then we do arrows to respond to that Goblin Barrel. The Bomber takes out those Spear Goblins. He goes ahead and does another Princess at the bridge. Luckily, we have the Fire Spirits, and they jump over that log just in time. And now that it is double elixir, it is time to go off with the Golem right here. It is Golem time, ladies and gentlemen. And the opponent goes opposite lane with the Knight and the Goblin Barrel, as he did earlier. Did you see that Bomber take out that Goblin Barrel in one bomb? That was pretty amazing. And now we have a Dark Prince and a Bomber coming down the opposite lane. We lightning that Inferno Tower. That's when the lightning comes in clutch the most. And now look at both lanes. They're stuck going down both lanes. That Golem is going to get on the tower, and it is going to stay on the tower. We arrow that Princess, catch some of the Goblins as well. And with that Golem, Night Witch, and Mega Minion, that is going to be tower down. And that is a pretty good demonstration of Golem, if you ask me. Is this going to be a 3 crown? Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a 3 crown. That's what the opponent gets for BMing one of the better Golem players in Clash Royale. He gets 3 crown. And then next up, we have a match against Golem Elite Barbarians. This time, Hyena is on the bottom. I know it's a little confusing with it being like this, but you know, he's on the bottom, so be sure to pay attention. Opponent goes Golem first play. Hyena does Fire Spirits at the bridge to get some early chip damage. So I want to see how he defends this Golem, because the opponent has an extremely good starting card cycle. Golem, Night Witch, NATO, Baby Dragon, Bomber, E-Barbs, and Fireball. All of that pretty early on is very good for offense. So I want to see how he defends this, because Golem first play is something I struggle with. We lightning and then arrows the Night Witch and Baby Dragon. That was a very good defense. Lightning and arrows work really well in Golem decks because of stuff like that. You can just take out the supporting units, and the ones that are left with a sliver of HP, you just drop the arrows on them. It's a very effective recipe for a solid defense. So we got the Night Witch going. Looks like the bats are going to do some chip damage, and the bats are going to do work on that Bomber. Unless he plays E-Barbs in front. Yep, he does. I was about to say unless he plays E-Barbs in front, we don't have to worry about it. But then we defend the E-Barbs with the Bomber and the Fire Spirits. Unfortunately, that E-Barb does get 1 hit, but for only spending 4 elixir to defend all of that, I think that's pretty solid. And now, with that extra elixir, we can use that to go ahead and deploy a Golem and go on the offensive. So let's see what we do to support this Golem. Night Witch behind the Golem. Opponent plays a Night Witch in defensive anticipation. So let's go ahead and see what happens here with this offensive push. With the Lightning and the Night Witch, I assume that or with the Night Witch and the Goblin Cage, I assume we lightning them. And yes, we do. I'm getting tongue-tied here a little bit, because I'm having to talk really fast commentating. Esports commentators, CWA, I don't know how you guys do it. You are insane at what you do. But the opponent tornadoes the Golem weight, so that way he negates the death damage, and that Baby Dragon's going to finish it off. Although we do get some Golemite damage, which can add up. That was about 300 extra damage thanks to the Golemites. Very, very solid indeed, if you ask me. So we go ahead and play a Bomber in the back right here. We go Golem as the opponent goes Golem, but our Golem is higher, so it will get to the tower faster. Then we play a Night Witch way in the back, more so for defense, I would presume, because if we played it higher, it'd be more so for offense. So we go ahead and lightning the Night Witch, take out the rest of the Goblin Cage, just like that. The opponent NATOs, so that way the Golem doesn't get death damage once again. we play a Dark Prince and then a Bomber to help defend that Golem. But we also got to deal with the Goblin Brawler and the Baby Dragon. Do a Night Witch for the Goblin Brawler. Mega Mini on the Baby Dragon. Very solid defense there, if you ask me. But we got to take this tower. That is the big deal right here. Although it looks like the lightning plus that arrows is going to be what takes the tower. And yes, that is the case. And that's going to be another GG. Another very good display of Golem. And Hyena actually shared me one more replay using a different Golem deck, using a Golem E-Barbs deck. So it's not this Fire Spirits deck. So let's go ahead and watch it anyway, though, because it's going to be incredible Golem gameplay. All right, so here's the last match. Hyena is once again on the top. And this deck is a little bit different because we are utilizing the Zap and also the Elite Barbarians compared to the Fire Spirits. And what other card are we not using? The Bomber, maybe? That may be it. But anyway, no, we do have the Bomber. I don't know what other card we're not using. Let's go ahead and watch. The opponent goes E-Barbs opposite lane as we play a Golem. And we got to play a Mega Mini there to defend because otherwise that would be tower down. But the tower is still intact, but barely. So yeah. Let's go and see how we do on offense here with this Golem and Night Witch going down. The opponent has Executioner, which is very intriguing. You don't see a lot of Executioner, especially in top ladder. Let's see how it does with this Golem. Even with that Royal Ghost and the Executioner, though, it looks like we're going to take the tower. Because there's some Night Witch bats left over taking out the Royal Ghost. Golem death damage, of course, doing its absurd amount of damage. And yep, with the Golemites there, that's going to be towered. Another early tower, which is nice. The opponent retaliates with the Goblin Barrel and Wall Breakers, and it looks like it's going to do some solid damage. Even with the Bomber and the Zap right there, he still gets a good bit of damage. But once again, we are in the lead for sure because we have a tower down. Opponent plays a Bandit in front of the XE. We counter everything with E-Barbs because that's what E-Barbs do. They just counter everything. Any tank, E-Barbs. Any sort of Hog Rider, anything, E-Barbs. And it's just good. So the opponent responds with Royal Ghost, and the Princess helps take out the E-Barbs as well. All right, that's very nice. Probably I would have played Royal Recruits there, but that's why I'm not in top ladder, because I spend more elixir than I probably should in a lot of situations. So the opponent splits the E-Barbs going down both lanes. It looks like we're going to ignore the left tower and just accept that that tower is down. The right tower is basically down as well. But we have this Golem and Night Witch coming down the lane, and that's going to be very difficult to stop. The Executioner proved that it couldn't stop it last time, so let's see how it goes this time. We lightning and then arrows the Executioner to get rid of it completely. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a base race. We are tied 2-2, and it's the first one to a 3-crown wins. So this is the opponent's first time playing the Royal Recruits. And they honestly aren't doing that much. They still let a lot of damage happen on the tower, as we have about a 2,000 damage lead. So the opponent has a few recruits coming down. It has the Royal Ghost right there. It has the Princess. He plays the Executioner, but we play the E-Barbs. If I were him, I would have at least waited for a Golem to play the Executioner. And we do play a Golem right there. And the opponent plays a Bandit. He cycles through Wall Breakers, but we arrow the Princess, and we have the E-Barbs in there. And it looks like this could be GG right here, especially with those E-Barbs being right there. And it looks like that's going to be the case. We lightning, which takes out one of the E-Barbs. The Golemites are tanking. We play a Bomber in the pocket. We have some E-Barbs left over, and that is a 3-crown. 3-2 dub. Easy money for Hyena. So ladies and gentlemen, I think those were 4 extremely solid replays showing this very interesting Golem deck. Looking at it again, you don't see hardly any Fire Spirits top ladder, but Hyena is using them out here. And this deck is honestly kind of free to play friendly for a Golem deck because there's only 1 legendary without being the Night Witch. And there's 3 common cards, so it's pretty easy to level up. Definitely a deck that I recommend checking out if you're looking to push trophies. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Big shout out to Hyena for sharing these replays with me. All of his social medias will be linked in the description down below. He's got a YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, so be sure to check out all of those. And if you like videos like this where I interview really good Clash Royale players and showcase some of their replays, then definitely leave a like on this video. Let me know if you want more videos like this. And also, if you're new to the channel and you like all things Clash Royale, then be sure to subscribe down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. But anyway, gamers, it's your boy Solar Fury signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.
Amogus.